Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video in our series on the tournaments we're doing. So today's video is going to be a bit different, but first, we officially qualified for regionals, which is in Ohio the next month, where the top 8 are going to play for a ton of money, and I'm going to show you guys the game decider. If we lost this game, we would not go to regionals. If we won this game, we go to regionals. So this is very important. Thousands of dollars on the line for this one series against Team TOS as Luminosity, and we're officially qualified for Worlds as well. So we're officially going to Japan, officially confirmed. I'm so excited to see everyone at regionals at Japan. Japan's gonna be sick. I'm gonna stay there ahead of time, but without further ado, let's get into the video. So I'm actually gonna skip to just the most important parts of the games, because these games are kind of stomps, so it would be a bit boring to go through them the whole game. And I'm actually planning to do that for a lot of the games in the future on this series. So if you like the shorter format, let me know. If you like the longer format, let me know. But these videos aren't getting that many views, so I'm not sure how much of my audience actually enjoys them. So I mean, if you want more videos like this, definitely be sure to support this video. But also let me know in the comments whether you would like long-term videos or short-term videos. But yeah, the draft, we were first pick. They banned Zoroark. We banned Slowbro, so we could first pick something that's not Slowbro and get something else. This is when we like to do safe drafts against teams we think we're better than, that we're confident we can beat pretty easily. We like to ban Slowbro against them. So we first picked the Lapras, and then they picked Hoopa Dodrio, which is a good draft by them. Good draft by them at the start. And we picked Urshi Blastoise. The reason for the Blastoise is we can flex it with the Lapras. Either Blastoise or Lapras can be defender depending on the comp. So with this comp, we wanted to play Lapras defender, Blastoise top. So that's what we decided to do. But very good flex, and it also takes away Blastoise from the enemy team. So Blastoise probably would have been good with their comp into our comp, but now they can't pick it. And they do end up getting Hoopa, but overall we really like our draft here. We definitely think we won draft. So I'm just going to show you guys the laning phase, probably the first Reggies, and then I'm just going to skip to the objective fights throughout the game. So we're just going to skip to the laning phase. So these Audinos actually, this is something casters don't focus on in competitive, which I really do think they should, on who gets these Audinos. It's so important in the lane. So you can see we got both of the farms so far, which is really important. Here I'm going into Speed Flux. I took one of their berries. Now I'm just going to hit these, which will pull him forward and distract them, while the Mew's ripping in the bottom Audino, which it's technically an Indeedee, but on the old map it was called an Audino, so that's why I call it that if you're curious. He's just going to push back the other Audino, and we end up 6-0ing them in Audinos. You can see by their points, you can actually tell by the points that Pokemon have that we got every single Audino, and we got scores in too, so they're absolutely fucked. And because they're fucked in lane, now our jungler is just gonna come down. They're way too weak to contest, so we can just sit on pad and score really easily. If they try to defend that, we're gonna kill them on pad. And we also won the top lane, so lanes are going very well for us. 2v3, they managed to get a lot of the farm top. We're chasing the Dodrio now to make sure she doesn't get level 5. She tries to rip this farm right here, but I roam and I take it from her. So now she's not level 5. She's going to be fucked for a while. And now it's pretty simple. Like, we hard won the lanes at the start of the game. They're really down on EXP. So what they try to do is they try to 1v3 bot to kill Overlord. However, Overlord just 1v3 kills 2 of them. The Gardevoir ends up having to back up. And now mid B's, the Dodrio does get the last hit on the mid B, which is really good for them. If we got that big B, they would have been even more fucked. So really well played by Archeo, but she does end up dying for it. And now we're just going to skip ahead to B's, because there's not much here. We're just hard winning the lanes. We already have a level 9 Urshi. Not much they can do after they lost the lanes so hard early game. So Kyrus and I are just going to head down to bot, rip this bottom objective. We get a huge overcap. We're already up 160 points to 0. They're going to rip this top Reggie because we're doing the bot one. However, it's Reggie Steal, so it's very worth for us. If it wasn't Reggie Steal, we might have gone to try to contest the top one. But this top one doesn't matter. We're just not going to let it in. We can even, we're just going to fight on their pad after the top one and kill them. Again, the EXP lead you can see throughout this whole game has been so fucked for them. They don't even have a single Unite move yet, whereas we have 3 Unite moves. I do believe Kyrios got caught out a bit, so Kyrios had to waste his Mew Unite. But besides that, we're hard chilling on Unite moves. They walk up too far, so we just blow our Unites, kill them on their 2-2 pad, and we score. And then we get out. No one dies on our team, so they're not getting any experience back. And this whole time, they're not farming because they're trying to kill us. We get 40 score bot, so now we're up 200 points. We're up over 200 points. And now it's just very simple. You just don't want to int, and I believe no one ints. So as long as we don't die, as long as they don't score, we're just covering pads, you can see, and they're not scoring. And this is fine. So their goal right now is just going to be to try to get any comeback kills they can, try to get their Hoop Unite and make a cross map play. That's why Hoopa's so broken. They try to guard Unite us, only hits Elo. Unfortunate Gardevoir Unite. We get the bottom one. As you can see, they don't even try to contest. The Hoopa just hit level 9, so they're gonna try to make a play with Hoop Unite. So you can see we positioned very far forward, very aggressively to see where the Hoopa's going. We're so strong that if they try to pressure us, we can always just run away. But getting that aggressive positioning to see where the Hoopa is, where the Hoopa is gonna go Unite move is very important. So here they're finally trying to make a play with Hoop Unite. They're just gonna 4-man top side and then Hoop Unite bot. We're very aware that they can do this because you can just press tab, open like the people's levels, and we saw the Hoopa was level 9. So we had 3 people positioned bot side already. Rin's running down now to help Kyrios and Overlord and Elo. And we're just going to blow our Unites, and they're all dead. We don't even have to stay on pad. And they got no comeback kills whatsoever, I believe. Dodrio's dead too. I let it in topside because I saw 5 people bot. So now I'm going to play really aggressively to try to deny farm on their side. This is my Lapras Unite move timer, so I'll get it back for Rayquaza. Might as well use it to zone them off the top one. And again, we have a 200 point lead. I believe Dodrio does score a little more points, but still 200 point lead basically going into Rayquaza. And I mean, this fight is pretty straightforward. We're just gonna play really aggressive. Look at our position. We're in their jungle, and we can do this because our levels are so high. Like Overlord's almost level 15. Kyrios is easily level 13. I'm like almost level 13, I believe. Yeah, I'm almost level 13. So we can position really aggressively. Just make sure they can't flip the Rayquaza. We know we're not going to lose a team fight here. So we already forced Sylveon Unite. I used my Lapras Unite to catch out the Dodrio. I believe Dodrio tries to take the Hoopa portal to live, but Kyrios kills the Dodrio. Dodrio was literally 1 health. I was salty about her getting away, but I try to score top here. The tree actually covers, which is well played by them. So now we're just going to keep playing aggressively, stalling them. We kill the Sylveon because no Unite. They try to make a play here with Tree Unite, try to walk in to flip. However, we just go on the Gardevoir. I believe the Gardevoir should go Psychic this game, but Muck went Moonblast. So a little int by Muck, but it's fine. Everyone's still alive. Kyrios does get a little caught there, almost dies. But Kyrios does manage to live on the Mew. And we're just going to pressure their base with scores. They're trying to flip it, but we killed everyone. They can't flip it. I'm going to Lapras Unite Overlord to the base, and it's GG. I believe we still score on their base without getting Rayquaza, and it's 600 points up at the end of the game. I believe the damage numbers for this game are actually really funny. So Elo only did 8k damage. I'm Defender Lapras, and I did more than Rin and Kyrios. And Art only did 21k damage, got screenshotted by both her supports. So very unfortunate game for Art. But yeah, let's hop into the next game. You can see here, if we lost this game, we're not going to regionals. You can see our group is B. We're tied with Team TOS right now because we lost to Ginyu Force. So now we're second pick. And again, we're not drafting to necessarily win draft as if this was a same level team. We're drafting just very safe. So we're banning Slowbro, getting very safe comps for us to have comfort on. These are some of our best comfort picks that we're just going to be on. Besides Blastoise for me, I mean, I'm good at every defender, but that's less of a comfort pick. But everyone else is on Pokemon they've played a lot. Kyrios has played a lot of Sylveon too. So this is just a very safe game. I'd say we won draft here too. We took away the Blastoise. So we took the Blastoise as defender, and Blastoise is still fine as defender, so they couldn't pick it, so they're forced to pick Greedent, which turns out way better for us. So we're very fine with these drafts. And let's get into the laning phase. So I'm just going to 1v2 top here. We're going to have our Sylveon Kyrios just rip the back one, and I'm going to try to steal some of their farm. I do believe I get the bottom or the top left farm away from them. Yeah. Yeah, you can see +5 in the top right there. So I do get the farm from them. And I believe we're just hard winning top lane as well. Overlord is almost level 5 already. We already have a Sylveon because we just had Kyrios rip our back farm. And we have an Urshifu early game, although Zoroark is really strong early game too. So we have to be careful of that. The Zoroark does gank top, so Overlord has to blow his full heal, which means they're going to get their scores in. But it's not that big of a deal because our Urshi ganked bot, and Urshi's just going to get scores in. Kyrios is going to get his scores in, and we got more scores in than them on the top side. Overlord stole one of the Bs, so Overlord's level 5. So this early game, not as dominant as the last one because we're playing Sylveon, which is a little weaker in lane, but still a very easy early game so far. They're looking to invade on the Greedent, which Overlord manages to secure with Drill Peck. Now Kyrios is just gonna fight the Greedent, make sure the Greedent gets out of the jungle, take the blue buff. And I'm level 5 down here in the lane. They can't kill me, so I'm just gonna play on their side to try to be annoying, make sure they can't go anywhere, try to steal some of their farm. And just very straightforward here. The Urshi is fed from ganking bot. We already have a 70-point lead. Just gonna gank top, get his scores in, and now just kill him. Ooh, there's a really good Hoopa stun there. I do believe Overlord dies here. So a little inting here. They maybe played a little too aggro after we already scored. Rin might die too. Let's see if he gets out. So the Zoro did mess up their combo a bit. We sent Sylveon top to help out a little since Rin almost died. However, Kyrios' help was not needed. Although if Rin did die, it was very much needed, so might as well send Sylveon up anyways. We're hard winning bot. I believe I'm gonna hit level 7 for the Reggie. Yep. My EXP is looking pretty good. I actually went potion this game because we have a Comfy, so we don't have consistent healing for me, so that's why I went potion. I'm just gonna push the big B back to guarantee we get it. And we have Sylveon Unite on Kyrios. I'm gonna hit level 7 here, and level 7 Blastoise Defender, very good. That's when you get Surf, which is why I'm so focused on it. And they send 4 people here to try to fight us. Our Urshi's just killing the Greedent on the top pad, and we just have to make sure they don't get this objective. So I surf in. I'm stunning the Mew, as you can see, so the Mew couldn't secure. You can see I went all the way on the back line, saved my Hydro Pump to stun the Mew when it was about to get secured. And we managed to get it no problem. I believe we just go tier 2 here because it's going to be easier than pushing the top one in. And I just push the Wiggly off, I believe, and we get all our scores in. And now we're going to leave. Elo ints a little by getting off Overlord there. So he wastes Comfy Knight and dies. So this game is not as clean as the first one. The first one was just a very clean game. This one, a little more inting was done, but overall it's still the same. We just stomped them early. We already have a 200-point lead again. So honestly, this has turned out better for us because last game they were able to go top and rip the objective. But this game, since we were inting a little, they thought they could fight. We won the fight, and now we're just winning harder than the first game. We should be able to push the top one in. So Rin's just invading their side, getting all the farm, making sure they can't get Unite moves, so we can push the top one in easier. And actually, oh yeah, we decide we can't push this top one in. We took too long, and we're already 200 points up, so we're just gonna hold this top one as long as possible. And holding this makes sure that when the bottom one spawns, we have this top Alecki pressure. So they don't want to let this in top where we're gonna have a huge, even more huge point lead. So we're taking it when 17 seconds left on bot, so you have to decide between defending this top one or defending this bot one. And as you can see, I just scored 23 more points there, so now we're officially 200 points ahead. The Zoro does get a good Unite move on Rin and kills him, so and Kyrios is forced to blow Unite as well, so it's a little unfortunate, but we still think we can maybe push it in until they blew Wiggly and Hoopa Unite. So after they use those 2 Unite moves, I just Unite move to live and I run away. Overlord does get caught here by the Zoroark, but I pick up the Comfy, I believe. Yeah, Comfy barely lives. Hit a massive surf on 3 people. Rin's here to help protect me as well. Comfy looks really weird on the spectator, by the way. It looks so weird. But it looks much better in game. It looks really weird in the spectator. The top Lucky is actually still alive, so we're trying to push the top one in. However, they managed to kill it before we can push it in, which is unfortunate. And they stop Rin's score. But Curious does manage to get his score off, so now it's around a 300 point lead. Although either me or Curious is probably gonna die here, I believe. Oh yeah, I remember this. I juked Sanji's ability, so I should have died there, but I juked his ability. Did a good job pushing him back, so I live. And I choked my surf there though, so I was smurfing it until that. But we're just gonna get the top objective now, which has been up for like 2 minutes, and it's pretty straightforward. They can't really do anything until Rayquaza, so we're just gonna keep trying to steal farm on their side and not int. And that's about it. Overlord tried to look for a score in base, but they had Hoopa covering, so he decides to go top side to help out with this fight. I hit a massive stun here, and I stunned 2 people into Lucky, and Lucky actually does massive damage. So I believe Rin gets that, or me. I got it with my surf. Oh yeah, barely when it's 1 HP. So they really wanted to get that off the map, because if we get this into their base, like, we're gonna be 400 points ahead, and it's just, even if they get Rayquaza at that point, we can just ignore their scores with Rayquaza, go score in their base, and they're just down too many points. So that's why they were trying to 5-man that objective, but we also 5-manned. So Kyros gets a good chunk here on Wiggly. We get a good chunk on Hoopa as well, and we got both of their focus bands, I believe. Maybe not the Wigglies. So really good for us. And I'm just pressuring the top one here, as you can see, 1v2 this whole time, and they really don't want to let this in. So my teammates are able to just 4v3 fight the rest of the team while I'm 1v2ing them topside, and I end up pushing it in anyways. Overlord scores his points. I'm still full health, and the game is just pretty much over at this point. We have all our Unite moves still. They're down a lot of Unites. We killed 2. Wiggly Unite moves a little late, and we can just stay on their we can stay in their base at this point. We're up 400 points. Even if they get Rayquaza, it's impossible to win unless we hard in. They have to ace us for them to have a chance at winning. Even then, it's going to be really hard, because we're so far on their side that even if they ace us, by the time they get Rayquaza and score, we'll have our Urshi up to defend scores. And again, Urshi can hit through Rayquaza's shield, so they can't actually score on an Urshifu. And here I think we just flipped the Rayquaza for fun, because all of them are dead. Yeah, so we're just gonna rip the Rayquaza down, and we get it. Dodrio's just zoning the Wiggly. Kyros gets the Rayquaza, and that's GG. So again, shorter video. Let me know if you like the shorter format more than the longer format of the previous videos. Just kind of covering the most important parts of the game. Excuse me. Yeah, let's look at the stats. I think my stats this game weren't as impressive. I didn't get to fight as much. But yeah, this was our last game to qualify. Still 43k, not bad. Out damaged their Zoroark. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll definitely make more videos on Purple Hearts and the other games in our groups, and I'll catch you in the next one.